These are notes for section 7.1, adding and subtracting polynomials. This is the third video talking about adding and subtracting polynomials. And in the first two, we did no adding and subtracting. We had to pick up a lot of vocabulary words like monomial, binomial, trinomial, polynomial, degree, and then writing them in the correct order. That is all in preparation to add and subtract these polynomials together. The good news is adding and subtracting polynomials, we kind of already been doing in Algebra 1, because in order to add and subtract polynomials, we have to combine like terms, which is something we should be familiar with from Algebra 1, as the steps to solve an equation distribute combine like terms. For example, if I had something like 2x plus 7 plus 3x, to combine like terms, I put the things together that have x's. 2x plus 3x. Well, 2 plus 3 is 5, so I have 5x plus 7. And again, if I'm thinking of this through a Algebra 2 lens, I would say that I have a binomial. There are two terms, 1, 2, and this binomial is a degree of 1. Not that it asks that on the question, but since we're in Algebra 2, we just got done talking about polynomials and their degree. Now, the catch here in Algebra 2 is that like terms that we should be familiar with have to have the exact same variable and exponent combination. Where in Algebra 1, we didn't have to worry about the exponents because every exponent we dealt with was 1. It was all linear. Well, in Algebra 2, we have exponents to deal with. So what this means is 3x squared is not the same as 4x. These two terms don't add. These two terms are not alike. They're not alike because this has an x squared and that does not. So I cannot make that 7. A lot of kids want to do what we did in chapter 6 and say, well, that's 7x to the third, and just add them together, add everything. No, that's not the same. X squared and x are not the same. They do not go together. And when we do add or subtract like terms, we need to make sure that we do not change any of the variables or the exponents. That's the most common mistake, is kids just start changing all of the exponents in the problem. So let's look at some problems. On number 17, I have a plus sign in between these two parentheses, so nothing's going to change here. These parentheses don't really matter. If you wanted to, you could rewrite the whole problem, or we could simply say this h squared will go with 5h squared. 1 plus 5 would give me 6h squared. Combining like terms, same variable, same exponent. 4h will combine with minus 8h. 4 minus 8 will give me minus 4h. And negative 4 plus 2 is minus 2. This is my simplified polynomial. That's all we're doing for now. Notice I wrote it in the correct order. Biggest degree out front, followed by the next, followed by the next. We need to make sure we do this. Not that it asks, but it is a trinomial with a degree of 2. It doesn't ask that, but we are in Algebra 2. We just got done talking about those notes. That's what we're looking at, a trinomial with a degree of 2. On number 18, we have a negative sign in between these two parentheses. And this negative sign is important because we have to distribute it. It's going to change the signs. Now you might say, but wait a minute, we didn't distribute on 17. Why not? Well, because it's a plus sign. The plus sign doesn't change any of the signs that follow it. That's an Algebra 1 thing. So on 18 here, I'm going to copy down the first set of parentheses, 7x squared plus 2x minus 6. And this negative sign makes that negative 3x squared plus 11x, negative and a negative make that a positive, plus 8. Once I've copied everything down and simplified it by getting rid of the parentheses, combine like terms, x squared and x squared. 7 minus 3 is 4. 2 plus 11. 2 plus 11 would give me plus 13x. And negative 6 plus 8 would give me plus 2. So to add and subtract those, I would end up here. 4x squared plus 13x plus 2, written in the correct order. Let me do a couple more. On 19, again, I have a set of parentheses. To get rid of the parentheses, I distribute. 4 things, I have to distribute 4 times. 3x squared minus 8 minus 4x to the third. Watch your signs there. That's a negative times a positive. Negative times a positive will give me minus x squared plus 15x minus 1. That's negative, changes all of the signs. And then I start with the biggest degree, 4x to the third. Well, that goes out front. That doesn't combine with anything. There are no other x to the thirds. X squared, or 3x squared minus 1, give me plus 2x squared. There is no other 15x, so that's next in line. And then I have minus 8 and minus 1. Negative 8 minus 1 is negative 9. A 4-term polynomial with a degree of 3. Not that it asks, but that's what it is. On number 20, there are no parentheses. So I don't need to distribute. I just go through and combine like terms. X squared plus 5x squared, 6x squared. Minus 3, minus 4. Same sign, add and keep. And then this minus 12 gets tacked on the end. Combining like terms, adding and subtracting polynomials. That's what this section is called, adding and subtracting polynomials. On number 21, there are no other 3x to the thirds. There are no other minus 2x squareds or x squareds, and minus x plus x go together and they cancel out. So it's gone. A binomial with a degree of 3. And the last one here. The plus sign doesn't change anything, so you could rewrite the whole problem or just combine like terms. 2 plus 1 would give me 3x squared. There is no other x, so it's just minus 4x. And minus 3 plus 5. Minus 3 plus 5 would give me plus 2. Adding and subtracting polynomials. Combining like terms. Find the same variable, find the same exponent, put them together. Hope that helps. Appreciate it. See you on the next one.